Okay, quick question.
Sally, I think that these gentlemen that are representing these churches that deal with drugs and things of that nature, I think they're all sick. I have a young brother who got LSD destroyed in 1972, and today he's destroyed. He can't get a job, he can't go to school, he can't do anything. He got a hold to LSD. All drugs are the same.
How do you? No, they're not the same. That's what we're trying to show you.
The only way drugs are going to do you any good is that you go into a hospital or a druggist.
Yeah, well, that's what this man down the end would tell you, so he can take your money.
To use for a certain condition. Drugs are bad for society.
No, let me tell you what's bad.
That's right.
The drugs, let me tell you, the drugs show you how corrupt and evil society is. This is a corrupt and evil way of life we live. Capitalism, where people capitalize on the misfortune of other people. That's why we believe in true communism, and that's what the drug has showed us, the need to live as one. This is what the drug shows us, that we're all one, we should all share equally what we have. So that is what the problem with drug use is. You're trying to say that it's marijuana. The problem with people taking drugs like cocaine is because of how corrupt things are. They really don't feel a part of society, so they'll take the cocaine to get away from it.
People don't do
Michael,
cocaine.
I'd like to respond to you, okay? Because I'm getting a little tired of you being hostile towards me.
Yeah, I'm hostile to you because you are corrupt. You are one of these people who tries to tell people they have drug problems when they don't.
When people like you begin to infringe upon the youth of this country and advocate that it's okay to take any mood-altering drugs, then I've got a problem with you, buddy.
Good.
And
you should have a problem with me.
I have no problem.
Part of the evil.
Okay.
All right,
well, let me just finish.
Hold it, I'll come back and let you start.
Okay.
We'll take a break, we'll be right back. I'm sorry, your turn.
As I was saying, and the attitude that you are projecting on me frightens me, and it should frighten the population of this country, because what we're talking about here are cults. We're not talking about allowing this gentleman to practice whatever religion he would like to practice. We're talking about a gentleman that's saying that we are devilish and that we are bad because I treat and own hospitals that treat substance abuse problems, and they don't believe in that. So what they're telling us is that we should just allow them, because of their religious belief, to go and give children and give whomever it is that wants to join their religion mind-altering drugs. And I guess you are a psychopharmacologist because you know how it alters the brain and how it alters the limbic system.
Yeah, it's like Michael
said. And you know that nobody has flashbacks, and you have never dealt probably with kids that have taken LSD.
I have
think they're Superman, and they fly out of windows and jump in front of. I'm not on a soapbox opera, and jump in front of trains because they think they're more powerful than God.
No,
you don't deal with that.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. You give me some facts about what you're saying. There was always this big propaganda. Art Linklater's daughter jumped out the window. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
She jumped out the window because she was psychologically insane. It had nothing to do with the drugs.
Spencer?
She had not taken the drug at all.
Sir, I have been through rehabilitation. Rehabilitation work when you let God into your life. You know, anything is possible when you bring God into your life. I'm not talking about Lucifer. I'm not talking about satanicness. I'm talking about how you feel about God. It can be in the Judaic law. It can be Christianity. It can be Islam.
Could it be a higher power?
It could be a higher power. Yes, of course. There's got to be somebody that's in charge of this thing, because your best thinking got you where you are today. So
I'm sitting here listening to these two gentlemen here. You guys got a very warped sense of mentality. You're thinking, how can you mix drugs and church together?
Could you explain what
let me say what I want to say first. You cannot mix a higher being with what you're doing. There's no way. There's no way that you can.
Higher being?
I believe that there's a higher being, but not the way, not the route that you're going. I believe that you can see the light, but not the light that you see.
Well.
Michael, go ahead.
Have you ever seen the light? It's like, you know, in all the religious scriptures, they always talk about a real light and a real being that communicates with people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But what you're doing, is bad enough as it is right now. That there are kids that don't have nothing or no one to believe in, and you're coming along saying, "Okay, we can use these psychedelic drugs and worship these psychedelic drugs." How are you going to stop kids from killing each other and hurting themselves by turning them over to drugs and telling them that, well, drugs is your God, LSD is your God,
I want to hear his who he's talking about.
Are you listening?
But who is this God you're speaking of? Who?
The psychedelic. It's
psychedelic.
But what?
Alan, And is there a lot of churches, you and Spencer, are there a lot of churches springing up now in which drugs are being used because we don't want to infringe?
Yes,
they are?
It is.
It is.
We are being this country is being taken over in the satanic way, and we have to be very, very careful.
Wait. You know what, Spencer? I dissent on that satanic type of thing. The origins of religion are with these drugs. Satanism is poverty. Satanism is the way we live now. We're trying to change this. Don't forget, we also advocate revolution.
Oh.
That's not right. We're not just saying take your drugs.
When you get down,
we're saying that we need to change society as well. So don't be calling me with Satanism. Call people like Ronald Reagan and George Bush with Satanism.
Can I say something, Sally? See, when we talk about Satanism,
these two gentlemen are very, very dangerous.
Good. That's a compliment to me that you take me as dangerous.
First, where are you getting these kids? Are you getting kids? How are you
recruit them on the college
people in your church?
campuses.
Because I have seen the light. And I believe in a higher being.
What did the light look like?
And the light. Let me tell you what the light.
I'll tell you what the light looks like.
Because my daughter started using drugs, marijuana, in high school. Then she graduated and graduated and graduated. She's been incarcerated 3 times in the Correctional Institute. No, she did not start with alcohol. She started out with marijuana.
Nicotine?
Nope, she did not smoke.
Everyone's
She started out with marijuana, and
Right.
she ended up using a needle.
Can I say something?
I ended up with her son. I'll tell you about the light, and I'll tell you about the
What did the light look
prayer
like?
alone that I have a daughter now who has been straight for 2 years. Do you
Good.
believe? Years. Thank you, Jesus.
Michael?
What did the light look like? See,
Alan, what is he talking about?
you see, you can.
What is he talking about? Wait.
I think what you said is very good, and I congratulate you. Unfortunately, this is what's been happening on most of the shows that we've been doing. And it becomes a joke. It becomes almost so funny that no one can relate to this.
But you're talking about a man over there, Norm, has 10,000 members of the church.
This is very dangerous.
We recruited college campuses and Grateful Dead shows.
They're dealing with people that are lost. They are lost souls, and if they find the direction that they can follow.
See, you as parents out here, you should be listening to what he's saying.
Really?
He says they recruit from college campuses. Now, you don't have derelicts in the universities.
Right.
You have the top people in society. They're going to be the leaders. And see, what you need to do is start looking and saying there's a problem, and not just dismiss it as the two loonies. You got to look and say there's a problem. And I tell you what, the problem is that there's no hope, that people need to find God. And the God is not a higher being. The God is Jesus Christ. And that's what people have to see, and that's what people need to hear. And that's why I'm on campus. That's why it's happening all over the country. We talk about takeovers of these guys, but I tell you what, God's raising up an army.
To say that God is not a higher being.
God is raising up a church that's going to take it over. They're going to spread the truth, and then that's what we're looking at.
Frank?
And you need to understand that as parents,
Frank?
that's what's going on.
Excuse me.
I just wanted to get back to the appearance, gentlemen. Not so much your appearance of the way you dress, but how about your overall appearance? You seem very pale and malnutrition to me.
Can I say something, Sally? I'm probably the only person on set. You know, most people who come on set put makeup on. Did you know that?
No, I think.
Did you know that?
I'm putting that aside.
So I'm not.
Don't you think drugs is damaging your body physically, your brain?
No, it's like health food for the brain is what the drugs are.
We'll take a break.
We're
We'll be
into
right
health
back.
food anyway.
Add a personal touch to your lawn with a beautifully sculptured concrete figurine from Cement Ornament Company. This family-owned and operated business has been producing and selling hundreds of figurines for more than 20 years. Such product as picnic tables, deer, bird baths, fountains, other friendly creatures. Let Gene and Dan help you add color to your yard. Cement Ornament Company. Take Pinecrest Drive, exit 98 off I-74, and go north 1 mile. You can't miss it. Cement Ornament Company in East Peoria.
When I look at this picture, it takes me back. I see the kids, I hear the sounds. With this, he'll always be my little boy. You think I'd trust that picture to just anybody? I take my film to Walmart.
At Walmart, your pictures are always handled with care. You get Kodak Color Watch quality at a low Walmart price. Because some things happen only once.
Hi, Mom.
And some things are always. Walmart Photo Finishing in the camera department.
always as they appear. Take bedroom furniture. Some stores sell what looks like solid wood, but in reality is particle board.
Yeah, I figured that you had made a study of the churches. How are they funded?
Yeah, we cannot find out. All we know is that there are certain labs that are manufacturing whatever the drug of choice is. In this instance, it's LSD or...
No, we're having communions with...
Where do you get that from?
There
are certain labs that do manufacture these drugs for the... I can't answer that. We can't find out.
Norm, where's the money coming from?
We're having communions with DPT, which is not a controlled substance as far as the U.S. government is concerned. We're very serious. We don't deal. We don't sell the psychedelic at all.
Where does the money
come? We really are sincere. We really believe.
Where is the money? Where is the money coming from?
There is a legitimate chemical company who makes the Eucharist for us.
All right, I can answer.
Don't get annoyed. Let him finish. I'm just trying to.
I can answer on our own religion now.
Trying to deal with this logically.
I'll answer for my own religion here. Is that what we do? Is I'm involved with telemarketing, so I will raise funds for other groups in order to raise funds for my religion. Right now, I do fundraising for the Democratic Party. No, I'm not.
All right.
I've done. In the past, I've done fundraising for police organizations, for civic groups, and for environmental groups.
Norm. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Norm, you're a fundraiser for the Democratic Party. Okay.
Norman, I have a question for you. You said that when you and the members of your religion take the drug, your brain know that it wasn't taken for fun and games. How does your brain know the difference?
Because we try to get into things like revolution. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. We're not sitting back smoking our drugs and saying everything's great. We're seeing how evil and corrupt things are. That's what we're trying to point out to people.
Why can't you see that without the drugs? Why can't you see that without the drugs?
Well, let me tell you something, Alan.
Yes.
There's 50 million people in this country who smoke marijuana.
There's 20 million that use cocaine and other illicit drugs.
There's only a couple 100,000 people who believe in revolution. So it's our idea that by getting these 50 million people together to show them a need for a different way of life.
Unfortunately, I have to interrupt. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll start with you.
I'm really upset that, to look at, first of all, I'm disappointed in Bud because I watched him as a kid. And to be, correlated with them two gentlemen on the drug stand. And first of all, he looks real unhealthy. I mean, he looks like, death warrant over. And, myself, I've been in recovery for almost 4 years now. And I could see, what drugs have done to people.
Have you been listening to what I've been saying?
Excuse me, and I think that people like you ought to go to a few rehabs that Mr. Horowitz, whoever has, and see what drugs have done to the culture of this country.
I have.
What people.
Let me tell you something. I have been to
haven't seen what. I have a friend of mine that was in that's been on a trip for 20 years now, and he's never coming back.
I hear these stories all the time.
And I don't know about where you're going and what light he's seen and what higher power you got, but I'll tell you something. You're a fraud. You're a real fraud.
No, I'm not a fraud.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.